Perfect fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Stop your whining.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Pick it up.
Throwing on second down. Hill. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
To
throw is Hill. Got his man. It's Eifert. 16 yards, a first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Breida, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Here we go. Get your money. Where's the money? Watch one. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
First carry for James Conner. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
50 the mark.
Back to throw here. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Check it back.
Going jet sweep. Here's Campbell. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Out of the gun now on third down. Campbell making the catch. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
The throw there finding its way to Boyle. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On second down, a run with Breida. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They run with Breida.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here we go. 10 Lobo.
Here we go, D. All day, defense.
Snap.
From the gun on third, Hill. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
General West. Shoot.
On first down, here's Breida. And some room to run now. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Breida. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. Boswell's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. DJ Chark, his 6th touchdown of the season. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage at 37 on 1st and 10. This is Breida. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stumped it. In fact,
looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
86. Be sneaky, guys. Watch out for 86. Guys, stay in situation. Let's go.
2nd and 3. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. They'll set up to throw. Catch made here by Campbell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
So Mike number one. I got you.
2nd and 2. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. And it's 3rd and short.
3rd down and 2 yards to go.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Watch one. Here we go, D. Watch the safety creep.
They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Intended for Paris Campbell. Incomplete. Kevin James.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Counter. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Well, it certainly appears that the big guys up front have taken charge of the line of scrimmage. 2 really nice plays back-to-back. But on the defensive side of the ball, there shouldn't be any despair. Okay, they've got us a couple of times here. Hang in there, keep your composure, and try and figure it out for the next play.
10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
They're going to look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
It was Jaron Reed who got him down. So they get nothing on first down, just back to the 1. They need some room to operate.
They certainly do, because you know they're going to be aggressive on the defensive side. They're going to come after you. So you practice this at OTAs, you practice this in minicamp, you practice this in preseason camp. 1 first down gives your punter room. 2 first downs is what you're seeking in order to make sure you flip the field a little bit.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Here's Breida. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Hill now to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 39.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Now Hill looking to throw on first. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he gets it down to the 32.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On the handoff, this is Breida. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Throw complete to the tight end, Morgan. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Go! 30 base. Ready?
That would give to Breida. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go. Here we go.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Back now here on EA Sports. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now Hill, and tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Here's Hill now after the interception. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And an alley to run. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Campbell. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. you're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
2nd and 14. Steps away to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He'll look to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. And Elliott puts this one through. And we are all tied here in the final stages. Well, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game, because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up. Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They run again with Breida. He finds an opening past the 40, and he takes it all the way up to the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a give coming right is Breida. Room to run again. And some room to work. And down to the 7-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there in the final minute. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they will take a 7-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. 1-possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Campbell. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Let's go. Get the outlaw. Go. Where's the mark? Watch one. Watch one. Pick it up, guys.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. It's a tie game. You don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. A big hitter to start the drive has them up near midfield here for 1st and 10. There's Hill. Going deep for Eifert. Incomplete. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
On second down, Dobbins, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Hill. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
All day, baby. All day, all day, baby. All day.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
Fellas, they don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Championships, baby.
Now a give running left is Breida. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
It's now 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. Now it's Hill. And Eifert has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's first and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked. Up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And Boswell's kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Hill looks to throw. Blitz coming And down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And the catch good. It's Eifert. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs rolled around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us, we came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away a little bit cranky on this one.
Man.
Yeah,
MEH, man. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.